Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. Burundi is a small landlocked country in East Africa, bordered by Rwanda, Tanzania, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, with Lake Tanganyika on its southwest edge. Much of daily life is shaped by hills, farming, crowded roads, and a low-income economy where agriculture employs most of the population. On those roads, one of the most striking transport systems is built around bicycles carrying bananas. These are not ordinary market rides. The bicycles become rolling cargo frames, loaded with green banana bunches until the rider is almost hidden behind the harvest. The men who operate them are known for hitching rides behind trucks and other vehicles so they can move heavy loads over long distances without exhausting themselves on every hill. The journey often starts outside the city, where bananas are bought from farmers, collected at roadside points, or gathered from producing areas before being taken toward town markets. Loading is a careful job. Banana bunches are tied to both sides of the rear rack and stacked over the frame. The heaviest pieces sit low to keep the center of gravity manageable. More bunches are balanced across the top and held with ropes, cords, or strips of rubber. A full batch can weigh several times more than the rider, often reaching hundreds of kilograms when the load is built for a long market trip. Once the bicycle is moving, the rider does not simply pedal like a commuter. With that much weight, the bike becomes a freight machine. On flat sections, the cyclist pushes, balances, and pedals slowly. On downhill roads, gravity helps. But speed becomes dangerous because braking must control both the bike and the towering cargo. On climbs, hitching becomes the survival technique. The rider looks for trucks, pickup vehicles, buses, or any slow-moving heavy vehicle heading in the right direction. The hitch is quick and risky. The cyclist moves close behind the vehicle, reaches for a handhold, rope, bar, or rear frame, and lets the engine pull him forward. Good drivers understand the danger. Some hold a steady speed, avoid sudden braking, and keep a safer line so the cyclist is not thrown into traffic or forced off the road. Others may not see him clearly, which makes the skill even more dangerous. Besides bananas, these bicycles can carry charcoal, firewood, sacks, vegetables, crates, construction materials, and household goods. The system grew from necessity and long practice. Burundi's cyclists learn by watching older riders, by repeating the route, and by understanding every hill, pothole, bend, and vehicle sound. What looks like chaos is actually a learned profession built on balance, courage, and road memory. Their skill has developed over many years because the bicycle is affordable, repairable, and flexible. It can pass through narrow lanes, stop near small farms, and enter markets where trucks cannot easily park. The rider earns from movement, buying low, transporting carefully, and selling where demand is stronger. Every trip is a calculation of load, distance, traffic, fuel saved, and physical strength. In this part of Africa, the bicycle is not a leisure machine. It is a business platform. The rider becomes the transporter, mechanic, trader, athlete, and risk manager at the same time. When he hitches behind a vehicle with a mountain of bananas tied to the frame, he is using the road itself as a tool, turning another engine's momentum into market income. That is the genius of Burundi's banana cyclists. They carry the weight of local commerce with no engine of their own. On bad days, rain turns clay roads slippery, trucks spray mud, and a loose rope can destroy the profit of an entire trip. Still, the riders continue because the market depends on their timing. By sunrise, green bunches must move downhill. And by afternoon, empty bicycles climb back toward the farms for another load the next morning again. Across the border in eastern Congo, the same problem of moving heavy goods has produced a different machine. Instead of loading a metal bicycle until it bends under bananas, workers in Goma and nearby towns use the Chukudu, a handmade wooden scooter built to carry cargo through markets, hills, and rough streets. It has no fuel tank, battery, chain, or engine. But in daily commerce, it can behave like a small truck. The Chukudu is part of the culture of Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. In Goma, it is common enough to feel like a symbol of the city. Men ride them to earn money. Families depend on them for deliveries. And makers such as Bokaza Denise keep the craft alive by turning timber, rubber, and scrap metal into working transport. A good Chukudu can show status because it means the owner has a tool for income. Building one begins with strong wood. Makers choose tough timber that can survive impacts and heavy loads. Using machetes, chisels, hand drills, hammers, knives, files, and simple measuring methods, they cut the long frame, shape the front fork, form the deck, carve the wheels, and fit the handlebars. Bolts, metal brackets, and recycled pieces strengthen the joints. The wheels are often wooden and wrapped with strips of old tire rubber for grip. The parts are simple but smart. There is a front wheel for steering, a rear wheel for load support, a long cargo deck, a padded knee rest, handlebars, and sometimes a brake made from a rubber or wooden block pressing against the tire. Some Chukudus are customized with baskets, side supports, or posts for firewood. In Goma, larger Chukudus can carry hundreds of kilograms, with heavy-duty examples reported near 800 kilograms. The riding technique depends on the road. On flat ground, the rider places one knee on the padded deck and pushes with the other foot like a knee scooter. On downhill sections, he stands on the frame, bends his knees, and steers as the load gathers speed. Braking comes from foot pressure, body balance, and the simple rear brake. The rider must read the road constantly because one hole can twist the cargo or throw the scooter sideways. Loading is a team process when the cargo is large. Sacks of charcoal, crates of drinks, vegetables, water containers, furniture, building materials, and firewood are stacked with the heaviest weight low and centered. Ropes are pulled tight until the load becomes part of the frame. If the cargo shifts, the rider may lose the entire trip. The Chukudu's strength is that it can be built, repaired, and operated locally. A cracked board can be replaced. A worn wheel can be wrapped again. A loose bolt can be tightened. Like Burundi's banana bicycle, it is an invention made for people whose work cannot wait for expensive trucks. It is slow on climbs and frightening on descents, but it keeps goods moving where engines are costly and roads are unforgiving after each trip. In El Salvador, another gravity-powered machine carries goods down rough roads with the same spirit of survival. The gravity cart, used by drivers such as Miguel de la Torre, works like a handmade downhill transporter. It moves heavy material when proper trucks are unavailable, too expensive, or unable to reach the worksite. These carts are often used for log collection and transport. In hilly rural areas, wood must be brought from higher ground down toward homes, workshops, or selling points. Carrying logs by hand would take too long and break the body. A gravity cart turns the slope into an engine, using weight and downhill force to move cargo without fuel. The building process is rough but effective. A wooden or metal frame forms the platform. Axles are fitted underneath. Wheels may come from scrap parts, bicycles, small vehicles, or improvised sources. A steering handle or front assembly gives the driver some control, while a basic brake system may use foot pressure, friction, rope, or a lever pressing against a wheel. Nothing is luxurious. Loading logs requires balance. The cart is placed on level ground if possible, or blocked so it does not roll away. Two people lift and stack the wood lengthwise. Ropes hold the pile together. Once loaded, the cart becomes dangerous because gravity is already waiting. One person may drive or steer from the front, while another helps push, control, or stabilize from behind. On steeper sections, both riders must communicate quickly. Driving is a controlled fall. The operator reads the road, watches stones, mud, bends, pedestrians, and animals, then uses body weight and braking to keep the cart from running away. The second person may jump off, push, hold the rear, or help slow the load. Too much braking can lock the wheels. Too little can let the cart race beyond control. The gravity cart belongs to the same family of human inventions as Congo's Chukudu and Burundi's banana bicycle. Each machine comes from a place where money is limited, but movement is necessary. These vehicles also carry culture. The people who build and ride them know the roads better than any manual could explain. A wooden scooter, a banana bike, or a downhill cart may look primitive, but each one solves a transport problem with the materials available nearby. From Burundi's hitching cyclists to Congo's Chukudu riders and El Salvador's gravity cart drivers, the story is the same. When roads are hard and money is scarce, people create movement with wood, rope, wheels, courage, and balance. These machines may not have engines, but they power livelihoods and sustain families each day. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.